All right, well, welcome to Speech 128. This is the in-person version of the class. So I have everything on Canvas as if it were an online course, but of course we'll be meeting every week and we'll be doing everything together in class, but you also have the Canvas course itself so that it makes it easy for you to keep track of all the information for the course and your assignments in one place. So let me go over it really briefly with you so you get an idea of what to expect here. So this is the opening page here of the course. Most of the work is going to be done in what are called the modules, right? So you click on the modules here in the upper left corner, and you'll see the course laid out like chapters in a book, right? So everything that's inside of these modules are the items that we'll be covering in the course of the beginning to the end of the course here. So we've got, for example, the syllabus. There's a little video here, meet your professor. There's a video that you're watching now about navigating the course, which is right inside here, and all the different things about like the policy, grading policy, that type of thing. There is an orientation quiz that you'll need to do at the very beginning in the first week of the class. Very simple, actually. It's really easy to do. You'll see it's not a big deal. It's just to make sure that you're kind of engaged with the class so far and going and everything's okay. The first section here, the main section, is public speaking and self-expression, which we get into fairly early in the course, right at the beginning. And I'll be going over all of this with you in class, but essentially we'll be doing a series of speeches or stories that you're going to be telling to the class where you get to work on your public speaking skills and learning how to talk to a group and get more comfortable. I know this is a big thing for people in terms of being afraid of public speaking. I know it's a huge issue for lots and lots of people, most people really. But the way that I do this course, I think you'll find that it's going to make you feel a lot more comfortable and that you'll enjoy doing these presentations as we go along. You'll have to trust me on that now. All right, so we have a section on public speaking. There is a large project that we do throughout the beginning to the end of the course. It's called the skill package. And we'll be starting that later on in the course. And there's a video on how to do the skill package, and I'll also be going over it all in class. But essentially what it comes down to is you're going to pick from a list of skills an interpersonal skill that you personally would like to get better at, that you'd like to see change over the course of the semester. And you'll focus on this one skill, and you'll do a series of activities that are all related to building up this one skill. It's something that I think students really, really enjoy doing. It sounds a little intimidating at first, like working on a package like this, but you'll see as we get into it that it's actually really exciting. So that's coming up a little bit later. Now the rest of the course is divided up into chapters, and these go along at the beginning to the end of the course, and they really have to do with the topics of interpersonal communication, like learning what is communication, like how does it really work, and also how does it go wrong, and how can you fix it when it does go wrong, right? So there'll be sections here on the beginning idea of communication theory, getting into things like overcoming defensiveness, right? Like if someone's defensive, like how can you kind of get through that and get them to be able to talk more? Nonverbal communication is a big thing in interpersonal communication, how we speak without actually using words. There's a whole unit on that we do. Listening, learning how to listen in a much deeper way than you're probably accustomed to. There's a whole section on that. And then we get into dealing with conflict, how to deal with really difficult situations where people aren't communicating at all and how to resolve some conflict. And then finally, we get into communication in really difficult situations, right? Like, let's say, for example, a friend of yours has become super ill or is having, some kind of problem that's really deep. How do you talk to someone who's in that type of crisis? So there'll be a section on that as well. And then we get to the final, and you'll see that there's a final speech that you do. And this is actually about your skill package that you've completed at the end of the course. So you get to talk about it. And you'll see that I have video examples of other students having done this. So you get a good sense of what you're going to be getting into when you do this. Just a couple other housekeeping things. One, it can be very useful for you to check your grades here. There's a link here. You can see what assignments you've turned in, what grades you've gotten. This is really useful. Also, there is a calendar here, which you can click on. This calendar will show you what's due week to week, and we'll be going over that every week a bit. And finally, you might want to go into your account here And you can turn on different notifications. This is really useful to click on notifications. So if there's a new assignment gets uploaded or something, you can get a notification to your phone if you want. Some people like to do that, some people don't, but it can be useful for this course. All right, that gives you a quick overview